And I'm going to be talking today about Oprah Winfrey's keys to success. So, digging into her story, it became obvious to me why her name is so well known. She's one of the most influential people of all times in the whole world. She's come from rags to riches, so to speak, but nothing in her life really came easy. Everything that she has now, she's had to work through so much adversity. It really has taught us that if you truly believe in something, if you truly believe in yourself and invest in your future, then it can be possible. And so for me, digging through all of her old broadcasts and videos that are about her and things like that, I really did a lot of research because I wanted to get her keys to success right. And I found so many, but I had to narrow it down to 12 simple but very impactful points. So, the first one I'm going to be talking about is find your own purpose and your truth. Find your own purpose and find your own truth. So, for me, I think finding your own I'm a firm believer that everyone has their own purpose to add and give to this world, but it's our job to seek that purpose out. There is nobody else in this world who can tell me or tell you what you are good for, what you are here for. And it's our mission to search through all the crap that we have to go through to get to where we need to be. And I'm a firm believer that we have to follow our instincts. Like, I'm passionate about helping people. So if I was in an industry that was only taking away from people, I wouldn't be meeting my true purpose. And I think that's what Oprah's talking about, is finding in our hearts what drives us. The next point is believe. To believe is to truly invest in us and our own paths. Find out what it is that is true for us and follow it. Follow it to the fullest potential. If you keep focusing on what it is going on that everybody else is telling you, then you're never going to meet your true potential. Don't be afraid to just jump in and go for it, because nobody's going to run this race better than you. And that's a point we're going to talk about later. The next point is want it bad enough and commit. Don't just stay and don't just say you want something and don't go for it. If you want something bad enough, you got to commit and jump in head first. There is no, well, I'm scared. Well, yeah, change is scary. And to really go past that fear and overcome that is what's going to drive your success. Success and change does not happen overnight, and we have to overcome those barriers to get where we need to go. The next one is seize your opportunities. Like I just said, dude, just go for it. Don't let anything hold you back from reaching that potential. Don't be afraid to open the next door that comes your way. It may not be exactly where you want to go, but it will get you to the next door to lead you to your next path, to lead you to the next chapter. That's probably meant to be. The next one is stick to your values. Remember who you are and where you came from. That's one of the most important things you can do, because if you forget who you are by say you get famous and you totally lose yourself, are you really still following that same purpose, that same drive? You have to remember all the struggles that you have gone through and everywhere that you've been, so you know where you're going. The next one is everybody makes mistakes. Don't, even Oprah, even Oprah makes her mistakes, and she's even admitted that. Mistakes are an important part of the human condition. There is no getting past mistakes, and without mistakes, you miss the opportunities to get to actually learn. And without learning, you don't grow. And life is all about personal growth. Next one, run your own race and run it as hard as you can. What this means is, if you're always looking back at other people, comparing yourself and trying to make sure you beat them, you're losing that momentum that will push you forward. If you're always looking back in the past, you'll never see the future. And I think that's what Oprah's really saying is you got to run your own race. You got to not worry about what everybody else is doing. You have to focus on you and your own path and your own destiny. And without that, you'll lose track of your purpose. The next one is work on yourself. Remember, no one is perfect. And do not be afraid to change your vision. Your vision is your purpose, your drive, your where you're going, where your goals are. Because with age, things, you get aware of so much more. So to be able to change your own purpose and change your own drive is important. You have to understand that you have to continue working on yourself to be the best you, to be the best person that you can be, to give the most to this world. And if we stop working on ourselves, then there's no way we're going to succeed because we will be in the same place always. The next one is put out positivity. There's so much negativity in this world that why would you want to add to it? I want to add to the world positively. I mean, there's days that I'm not always going to be perfect, and that goes back to the making my own mistakes. I can be negative, but that's not my goal. My goal is to put out positivity, to encourage and support everybody else, because we're not going to get through this alone. We have to depend on people, and to encourage others to be the best them that they can be can also drive us forward to be the best us that we can be. The next one is stay grounded. No matter how successful you are, remember how successful you weren't. Remember who you were before you got all that success, and it'll help you stay more grounded, stay more level. Don't think that you're better than anybody else, because nobody is better than anybody else. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million and somebody has $1. You are not better than them. You have seized those opportunities and you have gone for what you've earned, but ultimately we don't take any of that stuff with us, and it's important that we remember that we all have to stand up in front of God and be like, yes, I did that. Yes, that's my brother. Yes, that's my sister. Everybody is related. And if we realize that everybody is connected, then it makes it easier to stay wholesome and humble and vulnerable. Never be afraid to be vulnerable. The last point is relax. It's all going to be okay. And the reason I say this is so important to your success is we get so caught up in the stresses of mistakes and the stresses of things not happening right when we want them to happen that we forget that it's all going to be okay. At the end of the day, it'll be okay. And if we just keep that in mind, we'll be less likely to be overwhelmed by all the stress and all the devastation going on in our lives. And that can help us propel forward to drive our success. And I think Oprah really wanted to make that a point that even if things aren't going right now, that does not mean that's how life is going to be always. And it's important to remember nothing is constant. Everything is always changing, and that's okay. And overall, Oprah's story has inspired me, and her keys to success have really made me look at myself and my own purpose and helps me drive forward, really. And I just wanted to share all those keys to success that I have found so important to myself, and I'm hoping that it reached all of you as well. Thank you so much for watching.